Most LinkedIn headlines don't fail because they're bad. They fail because they're interchangeable. They sound polished, they sound professional, they may even sound accurate, but they don't help the reader, the recruiter, the hiring leader, the buyer, the referral partner, or even AI-assisted search systems understand what you do or what to do with you, more importantly. They don't understand what to do with you. And here's the kicker. If your headline could sit under 500 other profiles on LinkedIn without anybody noticing, it's probably saying everything and nothing at the same time. It isn't helping. We're looking at this current headline, and it's something we see all the time. It sounds positive. The problem is not that these words are false. The problem is that they are too portable. If you look at that headline, a sales leader could use it, a marketing leader could use it, a project manager could use it, a nonprofit executive probably could use it. Your neighbor's golden retriever probably could use it if they had premium. Well, that's an issue. A LinkedIn headline should not just sound impressive. It should create your positive professional signal. Here's the framework I really want to set out. It's not a rigid formula. It's definitely not keyword stuffing. It's not as a 220 character word kind of crammed in burrito. It's not that. It is to be used as a clarity filter. Your headline should help people understand what role you occupy, who you help, what type of work you do, what outcomes do you create, and what kind of proof supports the claim. I guess an easier way to think about this is role plus specialty plus audience plus outcome plus proof. That helps people understand what to do with you. Who are you? Well, that can still become a disconnected list. The stronger way to think about it is this role helping a specific audience solve a specific kind of problem to create a specific outcome with proof direction baked in. That's when the headline starts to really do the work it needs to do. Before we fix this example, I wanted to point out something that's intentional. You'll notice I will not be using pipes. That's that straight up and down line that you see in a lot of headlines. We're not going to put that in our rewritten headlines. This is not just an accident. The pipe format often creates an ingredients list, not meaning. It forces the reader to assemble the logic, role, pipe specialty, pipe audience, pipe outcome, pipe proof. Everything is there. And it might look tidy. It is kind of simple. Some people even think maybe a little lazy in its process. But it can also read like, here are 5 disconnected clues. You solve the puzzle. Guess what? The reader's not going to do that job. They're not there to solve your puzzle. A strong LinkedIn headline should not make somebody solve a crossword puzzle after you've already filled in the boxes. Your headline should connect the signal for them. Role during specific work for a specific audience to create a specific outcome with proof direction baked in. So instead of stacking terms, we're going to connect meaning. So why does this matter anyway? Because LinkedIn is not just a profile page anymore. It's a search engine, a referral engine, a trust engine, and increasingly part of AI's assisted discovery system. So your headline cannot look just organized. It has to be understandable. And yes, this is the kind of headline I see all the time. It's the one with the pipes. That's part of the problem. Pipes make it look structured, but they do not explain the relationship between the ideas. Growth leader, how? Strategic thinker, for whom? Team builder, in what environment? Problem solver, around what business problem? Innovation towards what outcome? The words are sitting next to each other, but they're not working together. They're not telling a story. They're not helping the reader. The reader now has to do all the work, and they won't. So let's rebuild it as a connected signal. And we're going to do that through a good, better, best process. So here's the good. Taking that same headline, and we're going to bring in more of a definition to the role, revenue operations leader. And we're going to put in their audience. So we have to connect those two. So we're going to put helping. The audience is B2B sales teams. And then we're going to bring in their specialty. We're going to connect that with improves, forecasting, pipeline governance, and CRM adoption. That's a good headline. This good gives a headline a job. Now we understand the lane, revenue operations. We know the audience, B2B sales teams, and we can see the kind of work this person wants to be known for, the forecasting, pipeline governance, and CRM adoption. This is already much better than growth leader and strategic thinker, but we can still make it sharper. Here comes the better. You can see it. So role hasn't really changed. Audience, we've added in SaaS, a little more defined, a little more specialty. As we get into our specialties, those stay the same in this particular example. And then the outcome grows to bring in what do you deliver, and that's sales execution. Still a little soft, but much better than we were before. So better adds more specific audience, a clearer execution outcome. Now, it's not just B2B sales teams, it's B2B SaaS sales teams. That matters because the audience layer changes both the search signal and the relevant signal. The headline is no longer saying, I do RevOps things. It's saying, I help this team improve this kind of work. That's much more useful. So, are you ready for the best? That's what we got next. So here we've actually pushed out that outcome to bring in seller productivity. Who doesn't want it? And then we brought the proof metric in. This is the really important piece. And that's that $40 million pipeline governance across GTM teams. That's huge. So the best uses more of the available headline space, but it earns the space. Don't try to max it out just to throw it full of keywords and get one more word in. You've got to earn that space. Don't have to fill it. I'd rather a shorter one, but get to the point than to have one that's just packed with a little more nonsense, a little more noise. This particular headline gives us role, audience, outcomes, and proof direction. Notice the proof doesn't need to explain the whole story. Probably won't, but it needs to give enough experience in that section so that we need to go dive deeper into our profile. The headline just needs to point us towards the proof. So instead of growth leader, strategic thinker, team builder, we now have revenue operations leader helping B2B SaaS teams improve forecast accuracy, CRM adoption, seller productivity, and with a $40 million pipeline governance across GTM teams. That's not just a headline. That is a signal. So let's move into our next example. This one's going to be about a CHRO, people strategist. So here it is. This is an actual one I ran into just the other day. And another common LinkedIn headline pattern. This one sounds familiar and positive. Human resource executive, culture champion, change leader, talent strategist, people first. Could be on anybody's profile in that business. And again, the issue is not that these words are necessarily wrong. The issue is that they're way too broad. People first may be true, but true is not the same as clear. What does it really mean? A CHRO headline aimed at CEOs and boards should not sound exactly like a headline aimed at HR peers. And yet, both of those could be interchanged with this. The audience changes the signal or the need for clarity in the signal. So let's rebuild it. So here's our good. In the role, we've got the same role. We've maybe adjusted into the audience with executive team. The specialty is there with talent, culture, and workforce planning. The good immediately proves the headline because we now know the role and the audience. That's huge. It's not just HR executive. This is a CHRO and people strategy executive helping executive teams align talent, culture, and workforce planning. That's really useful. But we can still make that market direction clearer. And that's a big part of Signal. So our better approach, we're going to expand that audience. We're going to add CEOs in there. And we're going to expand the outcome with transformation. So that better adds a sharper audience, CEOs and executive teams. It also adds that business context transformation. That matters because talent work during steady state is different from talent work during transitions or transformations. The headline starts to tell us where this person is most relevant. That's a stronger headline. That's what a stronger headline should do. It should help the right reader say, this looks like the kind of leader we need for the situation we are in. That's huge. That, again, is signal of the right kind. So let's try this. Let's make it best. So in that process, we're going to expand the audience to add in boards, CEOs, boards, and executive teams. That's huge. If you have that, bring it in. The outcome is going to bring in retention and workforce readiness beyond what it had before. And then the proof is 4,000 employees planning through transformation. That's really strong, much more defined. Best gets close to the LinkedIn headline limit without becoming generic, which is important. It names the audience, CEOs, boards, and executive teams. It names the outcomes, succession, retention, workforce readiness, and it gives proof direction with the 4,000 employees planning. Again, the headline is not trying to tell the entire career story. It's helping the right people understand why this profile may belong in the search result, the referral list, the board conversation, or shortlist. That is a headline's job, not decoration, not its direction. Well, here's our final bad headline to fix. Yeah, instead of using pipes or slashes or dashes, they're using stars. And still has the same issue. It makes me work to figure it out. And this is a true headline. Just found this the other day. This headline definitely has keywords. That's not the same as meaning. Cybersecurity, risk management, compliance, technical leader, protecting business. The search terms are there, but the professional signal is weak. There is no connection. We don't know the environment. We don't know the audience. We don't know the business outcome. We don't know whether this person works with technical teams, compliance teams, executives, auditors, vendors, or all of the above. So let's connect the signal. So here's our good version. So instead of just cybersecurity in the role area, we're going to put in program manager. So cybersecurity program manager. I'm going to put the audience they help, and that's business and technical teams. The specialty, risk, and compliance, the outcome becoming execution. That's a good start to this. The good gives us a useful relationship between the pieces. This person's not just cybersecurity. They help businesses and technical teams turn risk and compliance into execution. That's clearer, more searchable, and easier to understand. And easier to understand matters because confused readers do not usually become convinced readers. They just move on and read the next. So let's make it better. Let's take that audience. We're going to put in enterprise. Great word. If you serve it, you might as well bring it in there. And the outcome we're going to bring into audit readiness, risk visibility, and security execution. Specialty will put in technical controls. Now we're getting much more refined and defined. This better adds enterprise context and stronger outcomes, audit readiness, risk visibility, security execution, technical controls. Now the headline has more meaning, not just more words. That is a distinction. A longer headline is not automatically better or worse. A more connected headline is absolutely better. So let's rock this into the best. The way we're going to do that is we're going to put into audience, we're going to add technology, compliance, and business leaders. Much more defined audience now. And we're going to throw proof on the end. 40% faster control remediation across enterprise teams. That's what people on the other side reading it are going to key into. So the best names the real audience, the technology, compliance, and business leaders. It's stronger than saying protecting business. What does that mean? It also adds measurable proof direction, the 40% faster control remediation. That gives the reader a reason to believe the headline is not just professional decoration, that it is a big part of strong LinkedIn positioning. Not louder, it's clearer. So here's all three of the best examples. We've got two of them. We're going to put them up here. This is what they look like now. Do you notice a pattern? Well, they're not cute headlines. They're not trying to be billboards. They're not trying to win adjective bingo. They're trying to help LinkedIn understand the professional lane and help humans understand relevance. A strong headline should answer, what do you do? Who do you help? What kind of problems do you solve? What outcome do you create? And what proof direction supports the claim? That's the difference between a headline that sounds nice and a headline that creates and carries signal. So our goal here is not to max out our headline just because LinkedIn gave you 220 characters or spaces. The goal is to earn the space. Every word should help the right person understand your role, your audience, your outcomes, or your proof. If a word doesn't help you with one of those, it may just be taking up rent in a very expensive neighborhood. Get rid of it. Move it out. And LinkedIn headline real estate is not exactly low rent housing. It is very important to get this right. So before you rewrite your whole LinkedIn profile, start with your headline. Ask yourself, would the right recruiter, hiring leader, buyer, board member, or let's say referral partner understand why I showed up in their search? If your headline says everything and nothing, it may be time to turn it in from personal branding fog into professional signal. Drop your headline in the comments if you want to pressure test whether it has role, audience, outcome, and proof direction. And I know those watching this video, we'll get in there and we'll help you. As always, brand to land, keep rocking LinkedIn. Take care. Bye-bye.